Okay, Kunungi Mountain Run 25k, gear, tips for the race. Gear, I think for this one is fairly simple. The mandatory kit list is your go-to guide. You need that rain jacket, you need the snakebite bandage, you need the phone with the vendor maps, the whistle, Ziploc bags, super handy for your phone, for your rubbish, for anything you don't want to get wet. If you take the thermal, by all means put the thermal in a Ziploc bag. Keep that thing dry, because if you need it, dry is good. But on top of what's on that mandatory kit list, a few things I always look for: make sure you have enough fuel. That's your carbs. You want as much of the carbs and electrolytes as you've trained with and as you know your body can handle. That's going to get you through the course feeling a lot better. The more you can get in, and most of the time, the better. And then for me, headphones, but Kunungi don't allow in-ear headphones, which is awesome because you want that trail awareness. And for me, I won't have the music on at all times, but for the times where you know it's safe, you're on a trail and you just want a little bit of a jam, I use shocks, but open ear headphones, highly recommend if you're the sort of person that loves run along a trail to some jams. And other than that, like, you can never go wrong with a couple of extra buffs, both if it's hot to wet yourself, put over your head, round your wrist, bit of a sweat wipe, and if it's cold, they're going to help you stay warm. And then the only other thing for me is I won't be using poles, but 100% on the climb, for some people, poles will be useful. And yeah, gear, just anything that's comfortable. Train with, even if it's you've got 2 weeks before the race now, even if you just use the next 2 weeks to sort of hone down your gear and train with it, definitely do that. And then for the actual race, my tips is don't underestimate, well, number one, don't underestimate the last 7k. So this course, it can sort of feel like a straight up, straight down kind of course where you climb the mountain, you descend the mountain, you're at the finish. But really, having run the course, not raced it, but run the course myself, it's got a roller coaster to start. So you want to gauge your effort there before the big climb. And then once the big climb starts, sure, you do have that straight up, straight down, which you've got to navigate, and is a lot of fun. It's a beautiful section of the course, enjoy the views. And there, 100% will be pushing the climb, pushing the descent, but you need legs for that last 7k, because the last 7k is some real good flat running, another climb that will get your legs after that descent, and the run into the finish. Like, you can lose a lot of time or gain a lot of time in the last 7k from Fern Tree. So don't think that once you're on the descent, you're all home and free and you can sprint all the way down the descent and you'll make it all the way to the finish, because if you cook your legs on the descent, it might be a bit of a slow and ugly run in through waterworks and over the last few bumps. And the most technical trail is actually in that last 7k. It's hard to navigate. I've seen people fall there before. It's not ideal to not have legs through that section. So yeah, I think for me, it's always a case of have as much fun as you can. But yeah, I will be trying to get to Fern Tree itself, 7k's to go. So what are we about, 18-ish k's? With plenty of running left in my legs, and then you can rinse the tank. Like, go for it from there. And yeah, otherwise, get your hike on up the hill, flow down the hill, and see you at Run Hub.